Gentlemen, I'm dead serious about this.
No,
this is good for the league. You disagree? This is good for the NFL. You disagree?
You gonna long snap?
Yeah.
Man, come on, dog.
Touch your toes. Yeah, no. Yeah, man. Is this good for the NFL?
Yeah.
Ultimately, it's not, because it just changes the spirit, and it really changes the road and opportunity to become an NFL player. Just think about all the guys who have made it, but more importantly, those who didn't. And what it was always about. And I want to be respectful to Carli Lloyd by saying she didn't ask for this. Ain't her fault. She just went to a camp as a celebrity and got edited up. And
I disagree with that. But
okay, well, look,
I think she
can maybe fan these flames, but she didn't start this fire. Okay, it sounds like her camp did. But that said, all the guys who didn't make it, think about it, man. It used to be that when you talk about getting to the NFL, it was about the player's ability and then accepting the cause or whatever came with that same player. If this was to come to fruition, a lot of the fuel is coming because of what she stands for and the cause before the actual player. That's backwards to what the NFL is supposed to be and usually is. So if we're going to make this exception, okay, where do the exceptions stop? When we all of a sudden don't look at you for pure ability and then acceptance, but we look at you for acceptance and then we're going to try and measure what your ability is. If you see the difference and shift in ideology with the acceptance of a player who has not yet demonstrated that they can do what the NFL demands of them, I mean just even the kick. That's a kickoff run-up with a field goal that was edited. If I can see that example for all the guys who didn't make it, but did it the NFL way, if she can get into that alignment, I'm in support of it.
I'm with Ice Carli. I'm on the Ice Carli train.
Perfect.
Here's what I'm going to say, okay? Regardless of publicity or not, I look at it from this perspective. It's the one position on the field where you could say, you know, Morton Anderson and those guys saying, I support you, come, I'll work with you, the mental, all those different aspects of the position.
Put some of the spotlight on me.
Put some of it on me. I can build my business for specialists, right? But here's the reality of that. It's the one position where you could say, you know what, if we're going to go golfing, I'm not going to take offense to us going golfing together. If we're going to go have a couple cocktails after work at happy hour, I'm not going to be offended by that because it doesn't call into question in a lot of different ways. It doesn't call your manhood into question, all right? If this were a young lady trying to play lineman or linebacker or running back, If she said, I could go out there and I think I could run the ball like ED could, it's going to offend him. If she said, I could go out there and play linebacker or defensive end like Marcellus Wiley, that's going to be offensive because that is not an obtainable goal. And I think when you look at the position, it is the only singular, not even long snapper. That is the one and only singular position where it would be acceptable by anybody's sight and anybody's vision to say, this is okay. Let's see what happens. Maybe it can happen. It's possible.
What about long snapper in the protected rules? You can't even touch the long snapper with his head down. They have to make a tackle.
But once they snap the ball, they're fair game.
What about holder?
A holder could work.
We got three positions now.
You know what?
A holder could work.
Holder is easy.
A holder could work.
Holder's easy. I'm disrespecting them. That's
long
easy.
Snapper, no.
You said a few things in your monologue about mental and physical. The NFL is mental and physical. I mean, to me, it's like a gimmick. I mean, it looks good. It's fun to look at. But when it comes down, you know how it is in the locker room. You know how it is. If she missed a field goal, let's say she did get on an NFL team, and she missed a field goal.
She don't have to deal with the locker room.
Wait. She got to deal with the players.
They
gonna say, man, what? They gonna what the hell?
They're not gonna say man what first.
Man, you know what they gonna say.
Yeah, man.
They gonna say woman.
No, you know what they gonna say. You know what they gonna say. You're not NFL players. You know what they gonna say. They gonna be like, why we got her out here anyway? She shouldn't be doing this. It's crazy. Why we gotta use this? You know how players get, because we put our heart and soul into playing a football game. We get all hyped up, and you count on your kicker. The kickers don't make all the
But we treat our kickers that way.
Yeah, but they're guys.
Already.
But they're men.
I say they're people. I say they're people.
I'm with you, LaVar.
You know what I mean?
Come on,
we treat them the same. When you miss a kick, after we put it,
I don't care how you want to cut it. Football is a man's game. It is. It is a man's game. To actually play the game is a man's game. You got, all right, the running back, the quarterback, the lineman, the linebackers, the defensive lineman. The kicker, okay, if she'd have kicked in, I'm gonna give a pass go. Let's say she'd have kicked in the preseason and say she kicked 10 times. Then she made 8 of them. I say, okay, give her a shot.
Yeah.
Give her a shot now. Give her a real shot.
Yeah,
okay? But doing this,
I'm going to push back on that a tad bit. And now, the reason why I'm going to push back with is because I know a lady by the name of Donna Wilkinson and Jen Welter and countless ladies that have played some serious tackle football. So I'll say, hold on. So I will say, football with men is a man's game. It is 100% a man's game when men are playing football because of the physicality of it. It doesn't mean that you can't play a woman's game. Football can be a woman's game as well if you're playing against other women.
Right.
I have no problem with that.
I have no problem with
that. I have no problem with that. So
I'd like to see that.
And maybe I didn't clarify my point totally, because I truly believe this is good for the NFL. I think this conversation is good for the NFL. Too much of the conversation around the NFL is about toxic masculinity. Oh, my God, those football players are terrible. Well, the same people that make that argument, I'm looking at them now over social media. Well, Carli Lloyd should join the NFL. She can play in the NFL. So there's some hypocrisy here. Either football is evil and we should be destroying it, and it's toxically masculine. Oh, but when a woman can play, it's the greatest thing in the world. So I love that. And two, I'm just telling you, it's a TV show. And so if during the off season, if she's in OTAs and all that, and people are talking about her in the OTAs and what she's doing, it's all good for the NFL. It is. Because when the rubber meets the road and they put her out there in games, the truth will get exposed. Some of us will giggle and laugh, but the NFL will have benefited from the whole build-up, lead-up to it. It would be a great event. Her kicking in the preseason would be a great event.
Ask you a question. What's the benefit?
I think I could take it.
Because women watch football anyway.
The benefit obviously is if she can actually kick
and make a team.
There
you go. That's the
one. That's a benefit because it's a mind blowing. Sitting up here as 4 brothers, and this is not an objective measure, but there was a day where they questioned our acumen. They questioned us as black men, our abilities, and they weren't physical. And physical is more objective, so I understand. But there was a question of that. And ask a Warren Moon who was exiled because of the questions of his ability. So this will be monumental in that respect. But let's not act like, guys, we have not been on the football field before, and some Hall of Famers haven't even made business decisions. And if you're a coach and you realize she can make kicks, but she can't make these tackles, you know what? I give you license to make some of these business decisions. That means if that kick gets blocked, evacuate. That means if you ever get in any compromised position other than making a kick, get out of harm's way. I think if she can show that she can make kicks, that's going to be the prescription.
Well, let me add one thing. Let me ask one thing.
Go ahead.
Because she doesn't just have to make kicks. The NFL last year, 94% of extra points were successful. 84% of field goals were successful. She's got to do it at a high level.
That's it.
84, 85%. If she can't do that, which I don't think she can, she'll get cut.
Take it off the field for 1 second. An older woman coming onto the NFL field as an active participant. Do we not see the play that is for the moms around the entire country, around the world?
Again, I agree with you. That's why I'm saying it's a good thing.
But it's not appealing in terms of watching her kick. It's appealing in terms of, well, if this older lady can go out there and kick in the NFL, maybe the NFL, maybe football isn't as dangerous as people make it out to be. It could be an interesting strategic play.
A kicker. No, it's not as dangerous for a kicker.
But how many people are going to break it down that way?
But Eric,
you dig what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If she made a team, even in the preseason, that would be must-see TV
I agree
for
with that.
everybody.
What-
and it would be inspirational, I think, to some young girls out there. Some it won't be, but there are some that will be. And as a man, my mind would be blown.
Yeah.
And I would have to take a step back and be like, whew.
ED, you got to remember, most people that watch our game fly over it at 30,000 feet. You know, they're looking like, they're not entrenched like we are. So if they see her out there, they're just going to read the messaging that he said. But I want everyone who is so in love with this idea, and I am not lying, I'm getting really warm to this idea. Google these 3 words: kickers getting hit. I made that mistake last night, and I saw devastation.
You see someone get hit.
All these dudes take L's.
Yeah,
So, look, if she could take that L, if she can stomach that YouTube video and say, that could be me, go get it if you make the kicks.
I think, and LaVar hinted at something, because we may never have a female NFL player. But I do think...
No, don't do that.
We met,
you ain't met my daughter. 7 months trending bigger than me. 7 months ready, 4 arms.
Here's what I do think. In our lifetime,
Never.
we're going to have an NFL head coach.
That's possible.
Head coach. Because, and again, it's for the things LaVar is talking about in terms of playing to moms and participation.
There you go.
And again, this is what the NFL, this is why I think you got some people out there embracing the Ice Carli challenge. It's like, let's make this more friendly for women.
Sure.
Let's get trust me, my mother's like paying attention. Oh, a woman, you know, get people paying attention.
Let me tell you something. Let's let her kick. Let's say she kicks and the balls get muffed and she has to kick the ball and try to run with it. Them players are going
to try to run with it, though.
Evacuate.
Instinct.
They're going to give her evacuate. She ain't going to have it.
That is instinct.
Your life.
Like, come on.
Have y'all not watched Peyton and Eli?
Man, look, that is instinct. You know that ball's on the ground. She's just going to run away from the ball.
I'm out of here. I'm going to roll out.
Because they play football their whole life. You know, that's football.
But Deion evacuated at times, and he said, hey, man, I got to live for the next play.
Because he played football. He knows.
ED, I'm telling you, look, rest in peace to my mom, who was 6'1", 250 plus. She missed the boat. My mama could have made it, man. I'm telling you, my mama was ready.
What position?
If I put her at fullback.
I'm going to blow some holes open. Blow some holes open.
No fear and bigger than most. I'm just saying.
I'm going to tell you why I believe you. I'm going to tell you why I believe you.
I know this for facts.
Because I met her daughter, and she's tiny as hell, but one of the toughest people on the planet.
All dog in there, baby.
It ain't never going to happen. Never.
Back to reality,
Back to reality. It ain't never going to happen.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. And be sure to check out more of the best clips from Speak For Yourself, or go watch a few segments from our other shows on FS1.